down to the marrow. Keeping out of sight, where we all glow, it's a new flow.
Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? Welcome to GFNF Daily Show. So today we want to touch quickly on crypto. It's trending up. Are we there to stay or are we going back down? Obviously, what is this doing to the NFT market? We've got some projects that we'll cover like always. And then we want to touch base on the news, confirmation, it seems like, of OpenSea adding Solana. So the Solana network and those NFTs look to be coming to OpenSea, and we'll let you guys know our thoughts on that. So let's get into these guys onto here. Yo, 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 yo. We are live.
Yo.
What's up?
Hey, what's up, man?
Oh, I have something pulled up that AD would like. It's the Azukis.
Hey.
Look at that.
Okay. Starting strong with Azuki.
Uh-huh. Go ahead, AD. What do you think? How did we go from 3 to 6?
They got the
in
7-5.
24 hours. So here's the thing, and I've been adamant about this since I discovered the project. Influencers, like big name guys, still aren't even in this. We saw last night I saw Tropo Farmer get in. I saw this other ape holder, Zero T Rex, I want to say is his name. Or some other NBA players have been tweeting about their Azukis, but we haven't seen anyone huge really do it. To be honest, I don't know why they pumped so hard last night. I was loving it, obviously, but I think they continue to go. I think they accumulated for a bit after they touched 4. 2 days ago, they hit 4.3. They came back down to 3.3, 3.5. Accumulated there for a day and then got absolutely sent last night to 7, I want to say it was the high. Now they're back to 6.3. I think we see another day or so of accumulation at this level, and then maybe we push 8. And I know that sounds crazy, but the floor moved so quickly last night because people just weren't selling. And to get a good one that's not, I guess it's subjective, right? But to get one that's not a female or doesn't have traits that are somewhat undesirable, you're paying 0.25, 0.3 above current floor, which is just a recipe for this thing to keep going. If you look at the whale alert or sort by highest last sale, there's tons of above floor. I would argue most of the sales for Azuki at the moment are above floor, which is always a good sign. So I'm still excited for this one. Still have both of mine. I don't know about buying right here. I think we see it go a little lower, maybe 6 flat. That's probably a buy, and then just hold. But I'm super long on this and excited for how it's been turning out. I got pretty lucky with this one.
I'm looking at the Azuki with the red panda that I almost bought. I was telling these guys this one was 5.9. It was the one I almost bought. And the floor on that trade is now basically 20, so I feel really stupid.
Wow.
And missed opportunity. I agree. I don't see a ton of people talking about it on Twitter. And actually, Garrett had brought up. I told Garrett to sell his mecha ape. Is that what they're called? Mecha ape.
Yeah.
Google.
Mecha apes.
We call them the Ooga Boogas or whatever. I was telling him I thought that he should sell because I don't know, a lot of these projects historically they just go down. But he was saying nobody's talking about them on Twitter. And I was like, that's actually true. I haven't seen anybody talking about them. So it's mostly just, I don't know, you could say retailers or just, I don't know, people not on Twitter that are buying these, and maybe the big guys are buying them and not saying anything. Right. And I can say the same about Azukis. I haven't seen a ton on Twitter. There's a few popping up now and then. But yeah, I can see why you guys think that that we've still got some pump here.
If you
guys
can
want to
catch a project before the influencers pump it, and obviously that's a risky play, because if it's not a traction that it doesn't have a ton of mainstream attention, obviously it's possible that it never gets picked up by the mainstream NFT guys or influencers. But if you can catch a project that before it gets pumped by influencers, man, that's it can be massive.
Yeah, I'm looking. I found Loopify, that guy on Twitter. He bought 3 Azukis last night. That guy Cross.eth bought keeps buying a couple. Tropo Farmer. So there are some influential folks in here, but we haven't seen anyone with the likes of like Gary V or these other people. I think Farouk did buy. So that's a pretty big name.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think like Garrett was saying and Vince was saying, if you can find these projects that, you know, that basically the hardcore NFT guys are looking at even before the influencers get in, that's like a recipe for these things to just get sent, because it's only a matter of time before these influencers, you know, find it and eventually ape in. We've seen that with numerous projects. So yeah, pretty cool.
Right on.
Something interesting on Azuki, real quick before we move on, that I feel like we haven't seen at this scale with other projects. I think we saw a little bit of it with Wolf Game, but nothing like this, is the ability, like Azuki's ability to just completely fall. You know, whether that was when we saw Azuki go from 3.2 down to 2 right after reveal, and then 7 hours later be right back up to 3. I feel like Azuki's recovery, and I think a lot of it just testifies to the ridiculously high volume and purchases that are far above the floor. But I feel like that floor price isn't even a full indicator of how the project's doing, because so many of these purchases are far above the floor. The volume's crazy, and we keep hitting. It looks like volume actually did, like yesterday, almost hit an all-time high, as which would have beat the volume the day after mint. So
Yeah, crazy, dude. I totally agree with you.
The momentum's crazy, and when you do have those big sales that are way above floor like that, it just brings so much attention to the project. Like, I saw one guy on the who swapped his Azuki for a really nice Bored Ape and plus 10 ETH. So the ape added 10 ETH. So trades like that get a lot of attention, and
There's some cool ones.
I think it's great
for
the project.
And if you look at total collection volume over the last 7 days, Azuki's got 37,984. ETH traded, and the second highest is Hate Prime with only 21,000. So it's like absolutely crushing. That being said, like there are projects that I can see sucking some liquidity out of Azuki and taking some wind out of its sails. Hate Prime reveal will be one of those. Invisible Friends could be one of those. But other than that, like I'm still excited for this one. I personally think Azuki's going to flip Clone X soon in terms of floor price. So looking forward to that one, because the supply is literally half of it.
Where do
And
you?
I think they're better, to be
Do
honest.
you think these are better than Doodle? Like, do you think these will flip Doodles?
I think they could do it. I
Okay.
really do. I think Doodles, the level of art here, and I know some people disagree because this is a subjective thing. I think the level of detail and art on these is better than Doodles, and I also think that the interest in buying rares is higher than Doodles. It feels like that. Like McKay was saying, if you look at the volume, almost like the floor right now is 6.3. Almost everything is like above 6.3 that's selling. Like people are buying for 8, 9, 10, 20, whatever. They're just picking ones that they really like, which feels reminiscent of Doodles, in the sense that like you didn't want just a floor one, you wanted one that you wanted to like really ride with. So that's kind of giving me the same
Eden, to your point, the craziest metric I was looking at this morning, and I have it pulled up right now. I wish Vince could show it. It's on Icy Tools display of Azuki's floor price, which is a one color. Then purple is the average sale price. So you'll have, like, right now, right, the floor is 6.3. Average selling price is twice as much. It's 6.65. And we've seen that this entire time. The average sales price for these Azukis are almost twice or 3x the floor, because guys are just buying rares, and it's just offsetting the average like crazy. So I don't think we've seen that on projects like Doodles.
Can you send me the link to that? Just the URL link to that?
Yeah. I'll put it in admin chat.
If you guys remember, I don't think I've ever seen anything like the first 24 hours of Doodles, where you saw on there's like Whale Watch or something on Twitter, and it was like you just kept seeing 50 ETH sales, 60 ETH sales, and it was just like something I had never seen before from a project. It probably would have been smart then to realize we should be holding these, none of us did in this. We all made good money, but we lost out on a lot of money, a lot.
Yeah.
So again, that's something that we've mentioned in Discord before, where if you see a lot of the higher ones being sold, it at least means that there's people willing to spend a lot of money on the project. And so yeah, I like that indicator a lot.
For sure. Yeah, doodles, man. We were as we were selling them, we were like, yeah, man, these are the next cool cats. Let's sell them for 1 ETH profit. See ya. And yeah, that was in hindsight
bad.
not the play. But Azuki's
Yeah,
giving
bro.
similar vibes in terms of floor volume solid, hype is solid. People like the art. There's no big unfulfilled roadmap promises that are holding up a fake price. The high sales are continuing to get higher and higher for rares. So yeah, man, pretty crazy. Shout out Aiden for that play.
Yeah.
Cool.
Should we talk OpenSea's Solana adding?
Yeah, that got confirmed. So I
Yeah.
think that's actually pretty significant news.
Let me get the link for that. But yeah, it is crazy.
Okay,
We had
sweet.
rumors a month or two ago, and I had positioned in the Discord like maybe there's opportunity to buy some Solana projects back then, in the hopes of OpenSea adding them. So now that we have confirmation, I'm just gonna say we have confirmation. The plan here, at least for me, is to try to find a project that you could buy now and hold for when, OpenSea launches them. So I don't, off the top of my head, my favorite is Mindfolk. I had owned one before. I did very well on it, but obviously it's gone double from where I sold it. And then there's a couple, the Sweets was one McKay had brought up. I don't know enough about the project. I have to look into it, but this one has sat here for a while at 15
Yeah.
Solana.
There's a lot of ETH guys who are saying that they're looking for an entry on it based off the fact, and I think the floor's gone up a bit because of this, just purely off of OpenSea adding Sol. They think this would be one to run.
Okay.
And then those dragons too, the
Or
Baroque
dragons.
Yeah, I think
Yugo
that will run.
dragons are like the ultimate
Right.
soul blue chip at this point,
Yeah.
and a lot of that comes from the fact that their community gets whitelist for like untold amounts of hot Solana projects, and as a result, there's just a lot of built-in value to being a dragon holder. And if the entire Solana ecosystem gets pumped up from OpenSea adding them, then in theory, being a dragon holder would only be that much more valuable. So some of these would be good plays. I still like Degenerate Ape Academy. It was like the first Solana project that I saw back in like August time.
August time, baby.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny, Vince. Reminds me of our conversation yesterday. But regardless, yeah, the Degen Apes are really cool. I do like them, and they were one of the first like soul blue chips, and they've come down a bit in price. So I think those could be a decent one. But I'm excited to see OpenSea adding Solana, man. It's really good for the space. I think you're gonna see a lot of ETH traders moving more fluidly, hopping on some Solana opportunities. So should be really cool.
Oh, a few guys in chat. What's up, Chase? We know Chase from a local shoe store. And Grim State, Script. What's going on? Love the beanie, Darwin. Thank you. Someone bought one for 130 ETH last night. What did they buy for 130, Kyle? 130 Ethereum.
Might have been-
Oh,
It's
probably
a
a
Azuki.
Probably an Azuki.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would make sense. Wow.
That's insane.
Right.
Aiden's been so bullish on Azuki since
Since
like
the
that's where we
beginning,
heard
I
it.
mean, since they
Yeah.
first, dude, it's crazy to think like after mint, the floor did get down to like it touched off 1.3, 1.4, and
Yeah.
got around 1.8, 2 ETH. It was easy to enter around those prices.
Yeah.
So basically, a
Oh.
Mindfolk's 21,000, and one of those dragons is like 33,000 right now. Which, if you think about that, isn't that less than an Azuki? How much is the floor on one Azuki and USD?
It would probably be about.
It'd be a little
12,000.
more.
12,
Yeah, it'd be
13,000.
more. Okay.
But when you think about, like, I would draw the comparison to to a mutant. You know, like that Yuko Dragon, they're almost 400 soul, which is a really, you know, impressively big number and a little intimidating. But when you do the USD breakdown, it's still way, way, way cheaper than a mutant. So they could be a decent play. I mean,
10 to
the
15
value for
grand
holding
cheaper. And with the how much supply? Oh, there's only
10?
11. There's only 11. So 1,111 of the dragons. So
and there's barely
market
any ever listed for sale.
You're talking about 1/10 basically, or no, 1/20th the supply. It'd be more like 1/17th the supply. So your market cap is way lower than the market cap on the mutant apes. It makes sense, obviously. I mean, you're talking about the largest Bored Ape Yacht Club and the mutant apes being the largest brand, I would say, basically. But these Buryoku dragons, yeah, it could be a play for the big boys. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm excited too. I think Solana on OpenSea, it's a no-brainer for them. They want the money, and it's, I think, overall positive for the NFT community.
Yeah.
I agree.
Another project. So Slump's kind of been on the sidelines for some of these, like Azuki and some of these more recent NFT plays. And then this weekend, he had brought up like to us this project he was minting, and I kind of caught us off guard. I was like, okay, you know, Slump had gotten whitelist for this project, and turns out it's Mev Army, and it's been running really since Sunday or Monday. Slump, do you want to kind of cover that? I really don't know much about the project at all.
For sure. So, like McKay said, I'm totally the NFT. We'll call it the underdog of everyone here. You know, I'm not as deep into it as I would like to be as everyone else, but I'm coming to the table, guys. I'm here now. So I really like this project. I bought into it so he has this guy. His name is XOR, and he had a previous project that I bought probably a year ago for $100 on Nifty Gateway, and I've just held it and held it and held it, and it eventually led to me getting whitelisted to this. And what's funny is this drop, this mint went so poorly. It took, I think I was here at my desk for 6 hours, just had issue after issue. And yesterday, after sitting somewhere between 0.14 and 0.19 for pretty much the first 2 days, just moonshot it. It ran, it's still running. Right now we're sitting at a 0.52 floor. And what sticks out to me about this is that there's no roadmap yet. I've been following XOR for a while. He's big in leagues with Blau. If anyone knows him, he's another big influencer in the space. I know they have something planned, and once that roadmap comes out, like I think the sky's the limit. I think these are going to continue to run. I don't know. Are we going to write a post on these?
Yeah, I'm sure we'll put something on them. I don't know about a call.
On the Mev Army, you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Up to you.
Okay.
I personally have seen so many projects get hot like this and then just go the other way pretty quickly. But yeah, I'll leave that up to you. If you want to put the new slumped NFT calls out, I think you should.
Hell yeah.
Cool. Yeah, no, these
The volume
is pretty much doubled. It was pretty slow at first, and then we hit 1,000 ETH last night, and we're almost at 2K already. We went from rank 63, I think it was, to now 35. So I'm confident in these. I really like XOR. I believe in him and his ability to create a good project, and I'm excited to see where it goes.
I will say too, the distribution on this project's interesting. I feel like there's a lot of guys in Slump's position. I don't know if it's because they minted 5 like Slumped, but I mean, I think it's like almost 10,000 supply and 3,700 holders. So it's like, you know, each person has, you know, 2 or 3 on average. Vince, I don't really know how's that affect price. I'm assuming a lot of this is because guys were able to mint multiples though.
This is normal when a project
new
is
project.
new to, like, the distribution optimizes over a little bit of time as long as the volume stays good and stuff. Then, yeah, because I'd say that's pretty normal. A lot of projects, you know, even doodles and stuff, I think whitelisters can mint at least 2, maybe 3. And yeah, some projects it's up to 5, and you'll see that get distributed. So I wouldn't worry about the early distribution on something like this unless it was like egregious, like 200 holders or something.
Yeah,
I don't think it ever made it to public. I think it sold probably 95% to whitelisters.
Gotcha.
And Slub, did you have to? What was getting whitelist for that project like?
It was just, I held this one I bought a year ago and kind of forgot about because it was so cheap. I just like, all right, whatever. I just held it and held it and held it, and then he announced, oh yeah, if you have this in your wallet, you just automatically will be approved to mint whitelist.
Got it.
Script asked if you think it's worth buying a cyber key right now. Well, first of all, let's look at the price. The problem I have and why I haven't bought a bot for Solana is there's going to be so many more popping up just because there's money there, and developers, especially from the sneaker world, are going to come into NFTs, and it's hard to say to buy a bot too when they've only been around for a month or two. It's like I never bought those Supreme bots because every week or two you'd have a new one that worked or didn't work, and so now I feel the same way about this stuff. Obviously, cyber keys, you can make back the 21 Solana that it costs right now, literally in 1 or 2 drops. So I think, like, if you have the kind of risk tolerance to do that, Garrett bought one. I don't know. He got, like, also you can get honey potted where you connect to a collection that puts up like a fake, what's it, candy machine or something? And then they take, you basically mint a fake project and you lose all your souls. So that's another reason I hadn't done it yet. And I can't really go. I could go either way with doing that. You know, Solana's down, so it's discounted at that point, and they're down from like 26 or 27, I think they were. So, have you used it? I mean, like what?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, my personal opinion after having it for a couple weeks here. I'm glad I bought it. I've been able to run it on a few mints successfully, and make. I've probably made like 10 to 12 soul from it, and then lost a few soul on a couple bad mints. But regardless of that, the key gets you access to their Discord, which is probably the best place that I've found for, like, I don't know, it's really good for alpha on projects, and the reason is because you can see there's like, it's all community driven, so you see like what other people are minting, what they're looking at every day and stuff like that. So having access to those community channels is a really good value. Like I said, I made a little bit of soul from it so far, and the floor is just a few soul lower than when I bought it. So I'm happy with the purchase, especially from my perspective, when it can give us confirmation or help us hesitate on the right or wrong projects when it comes to Solana. It's a good resource. So
yeah. With these, I mean, like, we're looking every morning at soul drops for the day, and I feel like the past 3 days there's been a new bot popping up. Today there's another that's charging 2.5 soul with 1,000 keys. The issue with these two is that, like with bots, we are seeing, and we have always seen them, do regular restocks where they have like an infinite supply, I guess, as many as they want to generate. With these guys, I don't know what's stopping them from just making another collection and, creating more keys. It's not like there actually is a, finite supply of 1,000 keys.
I was thinking that with Cyber Keys, because Cyber Keys is limited to 500, on that contract. But, I mean, if they have the source code, what's preventing them from just dropping Cyber Keys V2?
Yeah,
exactly. And the thing about these bots, I did a lot of research on this weekend. They're all using, I don't want to say they're all, but a large majority of them, and the reason we're seeing them pop up is on GitHub, there's a repository, like a big project called Exile Babes, which I assume was an old Solana project that someone had basically created a mint bot for and then open sourced it. And so the controversy right now is a ton of these bots that are popping up are using this project as their foundation for minting, which really, if you just know a little bit of JavaScript, you're able to take this and create a successful mint bot in a day or two. So that's the concern right now, is there's like this full on, I mean, I almost think of it as a full on bot sitting, you know, for free. And anyone who has the technical capabilities can, you know, put a UI in front of it and make some small changes, and boom, now they have their own soul bot. So I think we're going to keep seeing them pop up.
Yeah, we'll have more supply of bots. So, okay, cool. What else do we have on the table today? Oh yeah, we have the Yakuza. For any of you guys that got the Yakuza Wars, I am minting that for sure. There's a lot of
Whitelist?
yeah.
Nice.
There's a lot of demand for that project, and I think when you're talking about risks in NFTs, it's a low risk compared to a lot of this other crap. So
Yep.
I would mint
That's
that
a one
if you
soul
have
mint,
it.
right?
Yeah,
One soul.
$99. So half more than it's 40% of a Yeezy. So I'm taking the risk on it.
40% and twice as much profit.
Probably more than that, to be honest. Probably gonna make like 200, 300 profit right away on it, if I'm being honest, which is like 7 Yeezys. So crazy. But anyways, yeah, so there's that, and then I don't have any other drops for the day. Is there anything?
No.
Somebody
No, there's a project called Recharge. It's a really sick, like, I just best describe it as an ETH project trapped in on Solana's network. It's like they have a really, really big and broad goal with it to like minimize carbon emissions through their project, but I don't think it's going to execute, so we're not posting it.
We've got Fishy
Okay.
Fam minting tonight. That's an ETH project. The whitelist is going at 6 p.m. Eastern.
Fishy
Whatever's left is going at 10 p.m. Eastern. I don't know how much will really be left. But the project reminds me quite a bit of Cool Cats, but just like a fish style of it. The hype's there. You know, the anticipation's there. I guess it's a cute profile picture project if you want to categorize it as that.
Huh.
So I'm definitely going to be trying for it. Not sure if I'm going to play the aftermarket because I doubt I'm going to be able to mint it. I don't really know how much is going to be left.
I feel like I've seen
Yeah,
these
try that.
before, dude. Was this like a soul project at one point or something?
I don't think so.
Wait,
it definitely has that
why?
familiar style.
Yeah, why do I feel like I've seen something so similar to this?
I don't know.
What
But
the heck?
yeah, I think they're going to do pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, we can always judge off the whitelist too.
Yeah, got a channel coming. Just trying to find out a little more info before I finish that up. But should be cool.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I don't have any other news that I can think of for the day that I've seen in the metaverse. People are excited about mutants being almost 20, and then the CryptoPunk V1 thing you could cover, Garrett.
Yeah, CryptoPunk V1 is actually really interesting. I was also going to talk about the OpenSea glitch. CryptoPunk's V1, dude, basically, Larva Labs, when they were initially launching the punks, they launched them on a faulty contract that was, I don't really understand, like, but basically there was no ETH involved in the transaction, so people were getting like scammed or something. I haven't looked a lot into what was actually broken in the original contract, but basically they deployed 10,000 punks prior to deploying the 10,000 crypto punks that we know today. And these punks V1 are gaining traction. I think they got up to like yeah, that's what they're called on OS and LooksRare. It's punks V1 because they do predate the crypto punks, which is crazy. But they got up to like 7+ ETH floor, and Larva Labs did make a statement on it this morning. I saw. Let me find that. I'm gonna pull it up. So Larva Labs said a couple hours ago. They said, well, this was 19 hours ago actually. PSA: V1 punks are not official crypto punks. We don't like them, and we've got 1,000 of them. So draw your own conclusions. Any proceeds will be used to purchase real crypto punks. So clearly, Larva Labs is not necessarily happy that these got brought to the light and brought to the forefront of the industry. But regardless, that's kind of the buzz on there over there. It's interesting. I don't know. I personally wouldn't buy one for this super high price, but that I could be wrong, certainly.
Oh, you know a cool thing, Garrett? Did
What's
you
that?
see 0xB1 is doing the Mega Mutant thing on February 12th?
Is he?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, let's go. That's
So this
cool.
is
Yeah.
the owner of the Devil Mega Mutant, and
Yep,
he
the
posted,
demon.
yeah, he posted a tweet yesterday, I believe. Yeah, yesterday in the evening, and it was basically the Mega Mutant serum with the date February 12th. So we get to see the next Mega Mutant. The last one I thought was awful. And so I don't think there's gonna be another awful one, because they actually, the like one of the creators had said that the Mega Mutants are predetermined in order. So like they know what the 5th one would be and the 10th one, and they know what the last one that's created will be. So they know what this is gonna be, and I just don't. The last one was so bad. At least in my opinion, I don't see how they could have a second awful one like in a row. So gonna be sick. Everyone's gonna be watching. The last one, I think there was like 6,000 viewers. The way that this NFT market's grown, I'm gonna guess that there's over 15,000 people watching. So, and I'm gonna assume they do it live. So that'll be cool.
Hell yeah, that's sick.
I'm good. You guys got anything else?
No, I think we hit it pretty good, man.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Cool.
We will be back tomorrow noon, or as Garrett would say, noon time.
Yep.
So yeah, thanks for joining us. We'll see you.